Hello, hello there. My name is Murray. I'm with my co-host Corey, and we are the Real Guys. As always, I'm accompanied by my co-host Corey. How are you doing today, Corey?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Good. We're also on Instagram on the Real Show FM and on Twitter at the Real Show FM as well. And we're on Google, Apple, Spotify, and Amazon Podcasts. Anywhere you get your podcasts, we're there. So today it's a very intriguing episode, a very unique episode. We'll be taking you through a film that we've both recently watched.
We did. We watched it together, in fact.
We did watch it together, and it's also a happy episode 41. We've broken the 40 mark.
We have. It's episode 41 now.
This is episode
actually,
41.
I did some research and discovered that I think I said in the last episode, episode 52 is our 1 year. It's not. Episode 50 is, because 2 episodes we've missed out on.
So let's get into this. Putting Corey's wonderful discovery aside.
Yes.
Well, let's get into this episode about a particular film. Now, if you'll indulge me, Corey, I'd like to start off with a little story, if I could.
You can tell you. I'll sit back and relax. It's like
okay.
It's like
Let me tell you a little story about. Well, don't be silent. You can offer, you can offer encouraging words as I go on with this.
Right. Okay.
Okay. We're going to start off with a man called Nabwana Isaac Geoffrey Godfrey.
Nice.
Okay. Nabwana Isaac Geoffrey Godfrey, who lives in Wakaliwood in Uganda in Africa. Now, he's never seen a film before. He's never even been in a cinema ever in his life. Growing up in Uganda in Africa. Now, one day he happens upon a pirate copy of Rambo 3. And he watches it and he's enamoured by the film. He's enamoured by the film. And he endeavours to create the greatest film ever put to cinema. Uganda's first action-packed movie. And in 2010, that dream becomes a reality. From his low-budget studio in Kampala, Uganda, in Wakaliwood, which is the sort of Ugandan branch of Hollywood, Ugandan Hollywood almost. It comes out of Raymond Film Productions, and it is a film studio based in Wakaliwood, in a slum in Uganda's capital of Kampala. And in 2010, the Ugandan Tarantino almost, Nabwana Isaac Godfrey brings you Who Killed Captain Alex.
If you're on the internet often, you probably know this film.
Yes.
You'll know it through the meme compilations that exist.
Yes, and the trailer that was very infamous a few years ago.
I had seen clips of this film before we decided to sit down and watch this.
Yes.
Before I was subjected to this film.
Mm-hmm. Well, not subjected. I was about to say, if you want to watch this, listener, you can, because the
It's
full,
on YouTube.
free, unedited film is on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. You can go on it.
To watch from Wakaliwood's official YouTube channel. If you want to stop listening to this right now and go and watch the film and then come back and listen to our review, you can. We actually had a commentary that was prepared until the file got corrupted.
A whole thing. It was there. It's our second episode that's got lost.
Yes, well, and what a film it is, Corey. What a film it is. It's a non-budget film made for reportedly under $200.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually, the second writer of this film has admitted that it's actually around $85.
Oh, wow.
The whole thing was made for around $85 using a camera that was bought for basically nothing. Run us down some events. Run us down some events of...
I mean, if you want the plot rundown, right, it's summed up quite nicely in the title. The whole point is Who Killed Captain Alex.
Yes, and Captain Alex, he's Uganda's best soldier, right?
Yes. He isn't dead at the starting the movie. He's around.
Yeah, he's around. You see him. He wears a white shirt. He's
you can always tell who he is. He never takes that shirt off.
No, he always wears the same shirt. But he's Captain Alex, and he's Uganda's best soldier. He's the most decorated officer in Uganda's defence force, and he's out to stop who? Who's he out to stop?
He's out to stop the Tiger Mafia.
The Tiger Mafia, that's right.
Which, after watching the film, you will not forget who they are.
No, because someone reminds you. We'll get on who reminds you who they are. But Captain Alex and his team of Ugandan Commandos are out to stop the Tiger Mafia and their malevolent leader, Richard.
Yes.
That's right.
That's his name.
And when we were watching this, I couldn't stop laughing at that name.
Yeah,
that's an incredibly mundane name for your main villain.
It's a very striking name. On the Mount Rushmore of villains is Richard.
Richard, yes, the leader of the Tiger Mafia.
Yes.
Actually, I think they started calling him Richard the Tiger Mafia.
We did, yeah.
Like that was his full name. Like his first name was Richard, his last name was the Tiger Mafia. One word. Richard is out for revenge, so he sends his female spy, who I think is called Vicky, to, again, very mundane names, to seduce Captain Alex and capture him. But then they find Captain Alex dead. And Richard is very happy that Captain Alex is dead, but he's angry because no one knows who's killed Captain Alex.
No.
But then we get the best character in the film, and that is the Ugandan Shaolin monk from the Ugandan Shaolin Temple. He's a kung fu master who's Captain Alex's brother.
He is.
Bruce Yu.
Yes.
Bruce Yu is the name, and kung fu is the game.
Yes. Bruce Yu, who lives in a tree. That's a hotel.
Let's talk about the action, right?
Okay.
Because that's what you're watching the film for. You're not watching it for its political commentary.
I mean, you hear it multiple times throughout the film. It's an action-packed movie.
Yes, and we'll get on to who tells you that. Yes. But the action in this film isn't actually that bad. It's actually shot quite well.
For an $85 or whatever budget, yeah.
I've seen A-list blockbusters,
yes.
like, Taken, where it takes 14 cuts for Liam Neeson to jump over a fence, and about 25 cuts for him to disarm a guy with a gun and punch him in the face. These guys, they're doing kung fu kicks and flips. They're doing like bicycle roundhouse kicks and jumping push kicks and stuff, and it's not shot all that badly.
No, it's not.
At least you can tell what's going on.
It gives you the whole thing of like you said with Liam Neeson and 14 cuts. It's just normally just one or two shots and that's it.
One or two shots, exactly, and all these guys are pretty capable martial artists. There's a bit of trivia here that they actually self-taught themselves kung fu, and they actually take part in martial arts tournaments in Uganda and Africa. Yeah, there's loads of CGI blood squibs, isn't there? And people explode in like fountains of blood.
Yeah, I mean, the CGI is not great for £85 it's fine. You've got helicopters.
Yeah, for $85. I mean, the graphics guy was credited.
Yes,
the graphics guy was credited, but the action is very striking. There's everyone's wielding an assault rifle and blasting away at each other and making the noises with their mouths.
Well, most people are wielding an assault rifle, except for one guy who's wielding cardboard.
Yeah, there's a man with a cardboard gun. There's a man with a plastic AK.
Yeah,
they've got they're running around with little toy guns, but it's fun. It's the epitome of especially the final battle of the film.
Yes,
it's just people running around a forest, running around like a forest, a jungle, shooting at each other and jumping over rivers. It looks like tremendous fun, to be honest.
Yeah,
everybody in this film is having a good time.
It's like when either you're a film student and you make your first film, or when you're younger and you have a camcorder and you get all your friends round and you just try to just film stuff in the back garden for whatever. It's kind of like that.
It is. And also, I've got to say that to keep production costs low, is a bit of trivia, that you'll find that often they're killing the same people. Because an extra that would play a soldier that would die would often play the same soldier and die again. So you can often, especially during the first action scene, you can tell that they're killing the same people over and over again.
Yeah.
And you get a lot of masked characters. There's a guy wearing a Spider-Man mask.
There is. Yep, Spider-Man's in this. It's a sight to behold.
Definitely.
Yes.
But let's get on to one of the selling points of the movie, if I can call it a selling point, and that is the commentary of the film.
Yeah.
Now, because this is a lost film, no cut of this film exists without this person over it. And this person is the local comedian, VJ Emmie is his name, and he is a video joker. Now, what a video joker is to people who are uninitiated with the Ugandan film industry is that often to, spice up a film a bit, they'll have the local comedian come in and make jokes, make jibes over the film. This was marketed as the first VJ in English.
Yeah.
So the first video joker in English. Now, I know he's not fluent, Mr. Emmie. Let's call him that.
Okay,
But sometimes he gets so excited that I feel like he often doesn't know what to do with himself.
Yeah.
So he'll just say things like, movie. Or who killed Captain Alex? This is the movie. Or something like that. Or the movie's on was a good phrase that he'd like to say. Yes.
It's a lot of it's just a lot of, it's almost like he has a list of phrases. And he's just kind of whenever he'll quickly look at the list and so the first one that comes to his head. Super Fighter comes up a lot.
Or action-packed movie.
I think action-packed movie is my favourite.
Action-packed movie. He's like he's telling you what the film is, despite the fact you're seeing it already.
Yeah, it's like yes, the movie is on. I'm watching it.
The movie's on. Yeah, the movie is on. I can see that. I can see that, Emmie. I can see the movie's on. I've rounded up some of my favourite quotes from VJ Emmie. I thought you'd indulge me in a bit of quotes here. I actually thought of an idea for a game that we could play where I'd give you a word or I'd give you a phrase, and you'd have to guess whether it comes from VJ Emmie or not.
Okay.
So first one. Oh, I've got a couple here. Okay. Dinosaurs.
I think that does.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
It does. It comes when he's looking at a group of birds.
Yeah.
A group of some storks are standing in a field, and he just says dinosaurs. So, okay, here's another one. Rapid action.
You see, that could be from him, but I'm like, what did he say? Rapid action? I don't know. It's gonna be one of the things where like every single phrase you say is weird, but he says all of them.
Okay, well maybe I've got a couple here.
You know. Okay, no, rapid action. Yes, rapid action.
Yeah, that's correct. He does say rapid action. He does say rapid action.
Of course he does.
Okay, here's the next one. Ugandan kiss. Ugandan kiss.
Okay, I mean, first off, no one actually kisses in this movie.
No one kisses in this film.
I'm assuming he means like a punch.
Yeah, someone's been hit in the face.
There was a lot of kicks in this film.
Yeah.
A lot of kicks. Yes. Does he? I'm saying yes, he does.
Yes, he does. He does say Ugandan kiss.
Of course he does.
Here's another one. This is possibly my favourite.
Okay.
This is serious. Everybody in Uganda knows kung fu.
Yes, he does say that.
I'm
fairly certain he says that.
He does say that. He does say that. Here we go. Here's another one. Super tough, super deadlier.
I mean, okay, right. Again, there is the super fighter who is who is
super fighter.
You know, he must say it. He must.
Okay. He does. He does say it. You're getting to the point that all of these, he says all of these.
I mean, to be fair, you could put any two words together and he's probably said it. Like you could literally, you could put anything down. You could say he said anything, and I probably would still go yes because you could have said anything.
Right, okay, well, let's just kind of throw away the game mechanic and let me just read some of these. All right.
What else
here's a personal favourite. The movie's on. The movie's on. The movie's on. The tiger's in the cage.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Followed by the words in all caps. Movie, movie, movie.
Yes.
I think he gets so excited, and he doesn't quite know what to do with himself.
No, he doesn't. So he's got like keywords.
He ends up saying anything that comes to mind, like this: Ugandan Ghetto Air Force.
Nice.
A favourite of mine. The new military commander. He fights drugs and uses drugs.
Nice.
Yeah, that's another good one. You're all dead. I will kill you all. ... In sequel.
In sequel.
In the sequel. And here's a good one. That you may have heard. You are watching Who Killed Captain Alex and the first video in English ever. This is how we enjoy movies in Uganda. And now Captain Alex the musical. And that's when the ABBA starts playing.
Oh, okay.
Mamma Mia is in this film quite a bit. It's an instrumental version, but also Seal's Kiss from a Rose. It appears in this film, and it's a panpipes version.
Oh, very nice.
I found a YouTube video of the song. It's a panpipes version of Kiss from a Rose. So
I used to own panpipes.
Did you?
Yeah. Somewhere. Don't know where they've gone, but I used to have a pair of panpipes.
If you want to actually listen to it, you can find it on YouTube from the YouTube channel Kazoo Music.
Yeah.
And it's by an artist called Ish. I'm going to try and pronounce this. Inish Kia.
Okay.
And it's a panpipes version of Kiss from a Rose. So, and strangely enough, it was uploaded 4 years ago, round on the exact date that the Who Killed Captain Alex film was put to their YouTube channel. Now, I thought Another thing I could do is throughout this review, sort of pepper VJ Emmie wisdoms.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
perhaps you could consider he knows the way of using a gun.
There's a lot of surprisingly a lot of hand-to-hand combat. Well,
Yeah, a lot of hand-to-hand combat. There's a lot
more
of
feet to
gunplay,
feet.
but a lot of hand-to-hand combat. A lot of kicking.
Yeah, there's a lot of feet-to-feet combat.
Yeah, a lot of feet-to-feet combat. People are kicking each other in the head, roundhouse kicking each other, spin kicking each other. There's loads of kicking. You get it pretty much from the off.
You do, yeah. Actually, yes.
because there's a bar. There's a scene in a bar.
There is.
Which I assumed was establishing character. By the way, on the audio commentary, which you can't listen to because it doesn't exist anymore, but on our audio commentary, I mentioned I was puzzled at what they were drinking.
Yes.
Because it looked just like blue water, or
did you manage to find out?
I did find out. Yes,
oh.
It's actually watery paint.
What?
From the
What?
It's not actually drinkable.
Okay.
It's actually leftover paint from the walls of that bar, mixed with water. And also, I have you to consider Tiger Mafia, the deadliest gang in Uganda. They walk slow, ... because they think slow.
Yes.
Slow, but sure. Mafioso. It's like I'm reading from like a proverb, Proverbs book.
It is, but no, I can reassure you, all these things did get said.
The way he says them, it's like if you don't say it instead of his inflection, it sounds like you're reading from a Proverbs book.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, let you consider this. Okay.
Uh-huh.
The man is killing us. Man, drop the bomb. Man, drop the bomb. Over.
Okay. Yep, that's the guy in the helicopter.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. I've got some weird vague memory where you can say something and my head kind of goes, yeah, okay, that's from that bit of the film. Like when there's a helicopter that was crushing a building and then we realise it's not crushing a building.
The helicopter squashes the building. There's a story behind that, actually. If you go to the Wikipedia article for this film...
Nice.
And you scroll down to production,
mm-hmm.
There's a part where the helicopter scenes were based on the Nabwana Isaacs, the director's experience of the Ugandan Bush War,
right?
Which was a conflict that was fought between the resistance, the Liberation Army, and Ugandan rebel groups. So I tried to find a year for it, but hold on, maybe I can actually tell you.
Oh, maybe it's found it.
I can. 1980 to 1986, October to March. So
nice.
And there was actually an experience. When he viewed this film, as I said, he's never been to an actual movie theater before. He was invited to watch Who Killed Captain Alex at a film festival in Canada.
Nice.
And there he did it. He recorded an audio commentary with a director's commentary of the film. And he said quite a few interesting trivia bits. Another thing that he doesn't really write a script.
Okay.
Often he'll think of scenes on the fly, or
nice.
They'll get to the location. They'll get to a location and they'll see what the location has, and then they'll come up with something at the location.
Yeah.
So, or have a rough idea of where he wants the story to go, and they'll just see what they've got to do. But
I mean, understandable. I mean, I can see that.
Yeah. As in the words of Werner Herzog, I don't use a storyboard. Storyboards are instruments of the cowards. So
sure.
Now, and the scene with the helicopter, where the helicopter squashes the buildings, right?
Yeah.
That helicopter is actually a helicopter that was designed for carpet bombing that fires missiles behind itself.
Okay.
And it was used by the Ugandan military. And Nabwana Isaac told a story about how him and his brother, when they were younger, were actually chased by one of these helicopters. And they're running through the forest. And the helicopter was coming behind them. And his brother said, "You've got to keep in front of it. You've got to keep running in front of it. Because it's going to fire behind. It's going to drop bombs behind itself."
Yeah.
So, and I did look it up. Apparently, a version of a carpet bombing helicopter does exist. So,
okay. Nice.
Just in case. But yeah, what was your experience of watching? Let's call it the sort of action centerpieces of this film.
I mean, first off, when I watched it, after I watched it, and you mentioned, he saw Rambo 3. First off, I have not seen any of the Rambos.
No.
Grab your pitchforks for me saying that, but I haven't.
Yeah.
It then made sense. It did also make me wonder what happened if, like, maybe he saw Terminator first, or like some other film first.
All right.
What would Who Killed Captain Alex be then?
Yeah.
Like, will Bruce Yu be a robot man instead?
Maybe. Yes, you do. If you like action, it'll definitely be good for you. It'll be good for you.
Yeah.
Now, excuse me, quick. Can I have a bit of silence for a minute?
There we go again.
Super action. Have you considered that?
Proves my point.
Exactly. Have you considered the super action? Super action. SUPA. Not SUPER. Super. Yeah. Super action.
Can you correct me? I believe they were. This has subtitles on it, doesn't it?
It does, yes, because they're speaking in Ugandan.
Yeah. Okay,
but VJ Emmie is also subtitled.
Yes, that's what I meant, yeah.
So you get people saying the lines, and then you get him screaming, movie, 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 the movie's on is the movie.
Yeah.
So it's a bit disconcerting and a bit confusing at times, where people will be in a gun battle and they'll be trying to exchange dialogue, and you'll be having him screaming over the top of it about how the movie's on, and how this is serious, and everybody in Uganda knows kung fu.
I wonder if he watched the film before. I thought it shouldn't sit down, watch it for the first time, and just speak.
I think he just watched it for the first time, and he started, and he just was riffing. He was riffing. Also, I'm making German food. German food? We found German tourists. We're cooking them. Oh, very, very good. Save me the head. ... Like Predator.
Yeah.
So we've seen Predator before. Clearly,
yes.
This guy.
I mean, he's Rambo, Predator.
Yeah, yes. Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger action movies.
There's crossover, exactly.
Dare I ask you for a real rating? Not yet, but
okay.
Have you thought of one?
I've been going back and forth between
yes,
what I would give it.
As have I. What I could do is, right, for me there's two options. Option one is I could give this a very low rating.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's made on $85.
Yeah.
It's the effects are laughably bad at times. I don't know how they're acting because they're speaking in Uganda. They could be Leonardo DiCaprio, or they could be Tommy Wiseau. We don't know what their level of acting is in Uganda. Yeah. It's the first time I've sort of seen a film from that part of the world.
True.
And I don't know exactly how to judge it. I could give it a bad rating. But on the other hand, this wasn't made with anything else in mind, right?
No.
This was made with creativity. This was made with fun. This was made with a love for action, for action, and a love for storytelling.
In a weird way, it's almost like the reason why this film is made is why a lot of people like movies in the first place. It's not like, it's not like Scorsese. I like Scorsese, but it's not like, Scorsese is going to make a film because it's going to go to the Oscars and it's going to win awards and he's going to get all these actors in it. It's just people going, I want to make a film, so I'm going to go make a film just because I want to make a film.
Exactly.
And it's like that's why people become film students, because they want to make films.
He never expected anyone outside his village would see this film.
Exactly.
And now it's got more than 3 million views on YouTube as of June 2021.
Yeah.
So I checked. So he never imagined this would get anywhere. And
it's one of those things when it comes to rating films, right? I think you have to remember, especially for me, people have different categories. So if you're rating like blockbusters, like your Scorsese's and that sort of stuff, and you give like I gave Suspiria an 8 out of 10 because it's a great film. When we rate this film, it's not in the same category. We're not rating it for the same reason we're rating other ones.
No, I feel like we're rating it on its experience to watch.
Yeah,
and as well on the sort of background of the film.
I mean, it's like comedy movies, right?
Yeah.
You will never, on like IMDb or like comedy movies, always get low ratings, always for the most part. However, there's some great films, and people will love them films, and they'll be their favourite films. But most of the times, they're like average, but people love them because it's comedy. They love them for a different reason than they love like The Shining or something. And I feel like this is a similar thing. Like, this film might get a high rating, but it's getting a high rating for a different reason why other films are getting a high rating.
Yeah. Well, we aren't the only one to rate this film highly.
No, this has like an IMDb.
IMDb gives this film an 8.1.
Yes.
And I couldn't find it on Rotten Tomatoes. I did look. I couldn't find it on Rotten Tomatoes, but I did find the profile of the director on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, very
and
nice.
down in his film section, down in his filmography, Who Killed Captain Alex is rated 100.
Oh, that's certified fresh. I think that's how Rotten Tomatoes works, isn't it? Yeah.
And there is no critic score, so it must be assumed that the critics also love it.
Yeah.
So because there's no critic score, then there is, it's like that old phrase: no one will notice if no one is around to notice.
Yeah.
So if there's no critic to review, then it must be amazing. Shall you go first? Who wants to go? You going to go first?
Right. Okay. For me, it's definitely getting above a 5.
Right, don't reason it, just come out with it, then reason.
7.5.
Oh.
Because
and why?
Right. Because, and again, this is a completely different. I gave Suspiria an 8, and Suspiria is by far a better film, technically. However,
yes,
this film, if you want to kill, how long is it? Like an hour and a half? I can't remember how long it was.
It's an hour 15.
Right. If you want to kill an hour 15, it's a pretty decent option for fun.
Yeah.
It's like when you go to a party or you have a group of mates around and you're sitting there and you're going, oh, what do you want to put on? And you don't want anything like serious. You don't want anything that's going to like mess with your head.
No.
You just want something fun. Whack this on. You'll be alright.
Exactly.
So it gets a 7.5, not because of how it's technically made, just as how fun is it. It's pretty fun.
Right.
Go watch it.
Thank you. That's a rave review from Corey.
This is when Murray gives it a 3.
No, I'm not giving it a 3. I'm giving it a 9.
Oh.
You were stunned into silence for a second there, Corey.
Oh, okay. I thought, okay, you know what? Okay, fairs. Why?
I'm giving it a 9 because, again, it's not the best made film technically. It may not be the best film in dialogue. It may not be the best film in plot. Mm-hmm. It may not be the best film in effects, but it does pretty damn well. And for a film that was made on $85, what else could you ask for? I'm not asking for Oscar-worthy films. I'm not asking for Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm asking for a man who's done the best that he could with the tools that he had, and had a dream in his heart, had an idea in his mind, and wanted to put it to the screen. And he has. And he has successfully. So, Who Killed Captain Alex? Uganda's first action-packed movie. And also, Uganda's first action film, got to count for something. And in the words of VJ Emmie, expect the unexpectable.
Okay, yeah.
So that was Who Killed Captain Alex from Raymond Film Productions from Wakaliwood, Uganda's first action-packed movie. And before Corey gives you it is your weekly rec, is it not?
It is mine, yes.
Before you give us your weekly rec, I'm just going to answer the question of who did kill Captain Alex.
Well, who knows?
We never find out.
We don't know.
No one knows who killed Captain Alex, not even the director. So I'm going to leave you with that, and we're going to go on to Corey's weekly rec. What have you got for us?
Yeah. So, funnily enough, this goes along with my whole thing of rating things for different reasons. Because, like I said 2 weeks ago, I gave Suspiria an 8 out of 10. Mm-hmm. And I want to clarify, this film, again, is not getting the rating it gets for its technical made. It's getting it for fun.
Is it? I'll first off ask you, is it in any way related to Who Killed Captain Alex?
No.
Oh. Well, it's related to your philosophy. It's related to your philosophy about the film.
Yes. Because I am doing something that's only been done once on this show before. Mm-hmm. And I'm giving something a 10 reels.
No.
Which means we have to review it.
No. Right, okay. Well, it better be right. You're going to give this 10 reels? I don't know what it is yet.
You don't, for 2 reasons. First off, You suggested we watch something, which is Who Killed Captain Alex.
Yes.
So I'm thinking, okay, I've seen a film that most other people view as not a great film. I love the film, so I'm going to make Murray watch it.
Right.
I think it's fun, but however, it is known for being one of the worst animated films.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I'll run through some people that are in it. It came out 2005. It's an hour 20. Patrick Warburton.
Oh, yeah.
Is in it. Anne Hathaway.
Oh, no.
Is in it. Glenn Close.
Oh, yeah.
Is in it.
Yeah.
Just to name a few names. Big names.
And what is the title of this film?
It is simply Hoodwinked.
Yes, there we go. I knew you were coming out with that, Corey. You've mentioned it before.
I have, yeah.
And you're giving this a 10 out of 10 reels.
Hell yeah.
I can't manage to shake you on this.
Nope.
It's getting 10.
Yep.
Right, so we'll slate that in for future review then, shall we?
It's as far as animation goes, as far as an animation film goes, not the animation itself, it's perfect.
Right, well, is there any reason why it's getting 10? Because for Rogue One, I gave it heavy reasoning.
It's getting a 10 for the goat.
Right.
And that's it.
You can't just tack on 10 reels to something you want to have reviewed purely arbitrarily, Corey.
Listen, you haven't seen it. Trust me.
Okay.
As soon as you've watched it, you'll be sat there going, yeah, this makes sense.
Right, I better.
I've only ever met, by the way, this isn't going to help my point, I've only ever met one person who has seen this film and likes this film.
Right, but everyone else that you've met who's seen it hates it.
Yes.
Okay, well, we'll see what side I will fall on. But that was Hoodwinked then.
Correct.
And that was Who Killed Captain Alex. We're going to close this episode with Seal's Kiss from a Rose, not the Panpipes version, the actual version.
Yes.
Stay tuned to this space for the review of Hoodwinked and next week's, which I believe will be talking about TV shows from the 2000s.
Correct.
So stay tuned for that and for anything future from The Real guys. So this was The Real Show. I'm Murray, and a goodbye. And that's Corey.
Goodbye.